Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Titans Time. We're back together, better than ever. It's been a long time. We've been separate on videos for a while, but we're back to bring you guys some more Titans content. If you enjoy Titans content, make sure you go down, smack the like button, hit that subscribe button. But we're here today.
How hard they need to smack it?
They need to smack the shit out of it. Abuse the like button.
Well, hey, let's not use that word. I mean, come on.
So today we're here to talk about one major mistake that is kind of swirling around in all the Titans content that's out there. And it's not really being viewed as a mistake, but we personally think it would be an absolute catastrophe. And it's one thing that the Titans absolutely have to avoid in a 2021 NFL draft. Tell them a little bit about it.
So what I'm pretty sure every Titans fan does not want to hear on draft day is, with the 22nd pick in the 2021 NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans select Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle, Oklahoma State.
Didn't we take an offensive tackle last year?
We did. And, you know, that's why this would be a huge mistake, and why I'm pretty sure...
So wait.
I mean, every Titans fan, I'm pretty sure, would absolutely lose their shit if that was announced at the draft, because, for one, we have a bad taste in our mouth from last year, where we selected a tackle, first round. He was a big guy, supposed to be, you know, the next thing. He was going to take over for Dennis Kelly. All of a sudden, could arguably be one of the biggest busts in NFL history. I mean, you know
that's right. Our first round pick is not even on the roster anymore.
He's not even on Miami's roster.
He's not
anymore.
even on a roster anymore.
He got fired on his day off.
What did he get traded for? Like
a 7th round pick.
Keith Bullock bobblehead and something else.
Don't disrespect the Keith
that
Bullock
was kind of disrespectful to the bobblehead. Now, don't get me wrong. In no way am I trying to say that Tevin Jenkins is going to have the attitude and, you know, the personality characteristics of Isaiah Wilson.
I'm not saying that either, but after what happened last year and with the moves that have been made this offseason, this is not the move that the Titans need to make in the first round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could they draft a tackle in a later round and maybe be okay with it? Like, say, anywhere from like maybe 4th to 7th round.
Yeah, or even 3 to 4, somewhere in that range.
You know, okay, I would be okay with it there. But our first round pick this year better not be an offensive tackle.
Yeah,
we can add a depth guy later on.
Right.
Right now, we need either someone to go opposite of A.J. Brown as a number 2, or possibly even our number 3 guy, or we need another cornerback.
Yeah, that's absolutely what I was going to say. I mean, A.J. Brown needs somebody over there on the other side that can be a playmaker, that can take some attention off of A.J. Brown. I mean, even though when A.J. Brown's out on the field, it's like, I mean, he has that like T.O. type thing where all the attention is on him. But he needs somebody that can almost kind of match that so that he's not drawing all the attention, and so that he can still work, get open. Which, I mean, we know A.J. Brown, he's probably going to get open sometimes no matter what.
Exactly.
I mean, there's only so much you can do to stop him.
And even if he's not open, throw it up to him, and you have a really good chance of him coming down with it.
He's always open, pretty much. But you could get another cornerback.
I think that's the Chad Johnson thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
always open. I call him in the middle of the night, hey, I'm open.
But, I mean, you could go with cornerback. They signed Kendall Lamb at tackle in the offseason. They've got Tyson Brilo. I know he's not amazing, but
he's not bad.
He's not terrible, though. And you've got some other depth there on the offensive line. You can add more throughout the rest of the draft. Do not make a ridiculous, stupid move to go and get a guy in the first round. The Colts are interested in him at 21. So chances are, if they really, really want him, they're going to have to trade up. Don't make a stupid move like that. It would be a huge mistake.
I think, like I said, pretty much all Titans fans, and y'all go down in the comments and let us know, you know, because we don't want to just assume something here and then be wrong about it. But for me and you and a lot of other Titans fans, we want them to draft a playmaker in the 1st and 2nd round. We don't want an offensive tackle in the 1st or 2nd round.
And okay, so don't get me wrong here. Like, offensive line is extremely important, but when you're on the verge of potentially going to a Super Bowl, I mean, that's what we're striving for here. potentially go into a Super Bowl, you don't want to take and not spend those first and second round picks on guys that can actually really get in and make a major difference. Now, don't get me wrong. This guy, he's kind of, from what I've seen, referred to as a developmental prospect. And don't get me wrong, he's got some skills now. But I don't think it's going to be anything where he can come in on day one and be better than Kendall Lamb.
I agree.
As a developmental prospect, I can see that. But we're trying to win now. And so you're looking at our wide receiver core, and you're like, we've got A.J. Brown. Mm-hmm. And then, okay, we signed Josh Reynolds for like an amazing deal. But is he going to be that number 2? No, I'd rather see him be number 3.
And that's why I was saying, the Titans could either draft their number 2 or number 3 receiver. Right. Because Reynolds is a guy that, he's not going to – he's a possession receiver.
Right.
Yes, he can go up and make plays for you, but he's not necessarily going to just open things up all around the field. So, depending on how the Titans want to go about it in the draft, they could get their number 2 or number 3 guy.
And worst case scenario,
maybe whoever they draft, them and Reynolds can kind of be interchangeable at that 2 and 3 spot.
Right. Yeah, and I guess that wouldn't be worst case scenario, but like, you have a chance there to have 2 guys that are number 2 worthy. And so your receiving core went from looking like bare bones in the offseason to you've got a really good group right there. There's another guy, Caleb Farley, and I think he would be really good at cornerback. J.C. Horn, even though it's kind of looking like he's not going to be there.
I'm just going to say, after his pro day and everything, I do not see Horn being there.
But he's an absolute stud. If he's there at 22, they absolutely have to go with him.
And
then Elijah Moore, we know that. There's so many more playmakers there at wide receiver that they could pick from. I mean, you got Rondale Moore, even though I'd want them to get him a little bit later. That would be one of those situations where they go with a cornerback in the first, and then they go with a wide receiver in the second, be Rondale Moore. But, I mean, this would just be a massive mistake. I mean, I'm sure that there are guys deeper that you can get that can still be that developmental prospect, that might even still have some skills that can be applied, for depth this first season. So, I mean, I just don't think that they can make this move. It would be just bad, terrible.
Like I've said several times, I don't see Titans fans being happy if they were to make this their first overall pick.
Yeah.
I mean, like going back to last year, yeah, we were thinking, maybe the Titans take another skill position or something. But we did also say, before last season, we weren't sure that Dennis Kelly was going to be the answer at our right tackle position. They get a massive guy in Isaiah Wilson. And you're thinking at the time, man, Derrick Henry's going to be running behind this big-ass dude. Like, yes, sign us up. But now knowing what we know, we're like, no, don't do that.
The thing is, like, no matter what happened to their offensive line last season, they just kind of, there was times where it really looked terrible. And it was like floodgates. Absolutely just opened up. Everybody's through. But they made things work for the most part. Mm-hmm. So it kind of gives me some optimism where I'm like, they don't have to go out and do this. They don't have to make this drastic, leap at number, in the first round to get offensive tackle to try to salvage the absolute terrible mistake that they made with Isaiah Wilson.
Just have veteran players and depth.
Yeah.
That's going to be the main thing. We don't need as far as this draft goes, we don't need a top offensive tackle out of this draft. Again, a lot of this may just be coming from how we got burnt last draft.
Right.
But even with how that is, the Titans can't turn around and take a tackle this year. Maybe a couple years from now they do that, and people would probably be okay with it. But right after, in back-to-back drafts, taking an offensive tackle in the first round, that's just not going to sit well with people.
Well, it's almost even like, John Robinson's sitting back and, he took Isaiah Wilson on a bet, and Isaiah Wilson's not panning out, And so he's just going and chasing it, and he's like, okay, let's grab another offensive tackle right here, just see if we can make up for this.
So, and now let me ask you this. Do you think that the Titans could just be throwing up a smoke screen, meeting with this guy so many times because they know that the Colts are interested in him, the pick before them, trying to make the Colts think, okay, we need to take him?
You know, making the Colts reach for him, that would kind of be a next level move, for sure, but I don't know if they're playing that deep. I don't know if they're getting that intricate with it, but they might be. They could.
I mean, never know. All about the mind games.
Yeah, I mean, and that would just like make me have more respect for their front office. I mean, that would be crazy if they were actually doing it.
Yeah. So we're in agreement, and like I've said to everyone watching this video, y'all go down and let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know if you think it would be a huge mistake for the Titans to take a tackle in the first round, or if you're on the opposite end and think the Titans should take a tackle with their first round pick, let us know why you believe that.
Right. Also, guys, make sure if you've enjoyed this video, if you enjoy Titans content, once again, go down, smack that like button, take its lunch money. Also, hit the subscribe button so that you can see the rest of our content. I mean, we're making Titans content all the time.
Turn on the post notifications so you don't miss when we upload a new video.
Yeah, and also, make sure that you're with us on social media. The ones that we're most active on is Twitter, Titans_time, Facebook, it's Titans Time, and on Instagram, it's Titans Time Podcast. We also have a website, titanstimepodcast.com. Make sure you go check that out too.
Guys, we've pretty much covered everything. Go down, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to anywhere between 800 and 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year. Right now, we're sitting at like 304. I mean, we just hit the milestone of, for us, 300 subscribers. Right. And we truly appreciate everyone who subscribes to our YouTube channel. Hit the like button, share the video with your friends, family, and go down and leave some comments.
Yeah, I mean, getting to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, I mean, that would be sick. So make sure that you're sharing us, getting us out there. Help us out a little bit, and maybe we can hit that before the end of the year. This has been Titans Time, and as always, Tighten up.